created a hackathon project. And I was really excited to be a part of this project because essentially the idea was to really tap into the resources within our 100,000 large business and understand what people are thinking about in terms of their innovative projects. So I know you're asking about my own, but actually my project was part of a wider project to get ideas from around the business. So we had, I think it was about 100 teams join. It was completely open. So we gave a few guidelines, but the idea really was that colleagues, friends within the business could join hands together, come up with an idea, and then we will actually not only give them money as a cash prize, but what we actually did was invest in the winning ideas and also give the backing of our technologists, our engineers, our solutions architects to actually bring that idea to life. And we had different categories. You know, one of the categories was social impact. Another one was internal change. Another one was putting clients first. So we had a few different sections, or shall I say, segments that you could work in. And all of those teams decided what they were going to work on, and they brought those ideas to the fore. Now, I know I've gone on a little bit about this one, but the reason I wanted to bring that out was because in each one of those categories, we were able to, as I said, not only invest, but actually bring those projects to life. And one that I'm particularly proud of was an innovative idea to bring our offerings to our clients via the metaverse. So we're actually being able to put our clients first, and we can actually show them projects within the metaverse. And the thing is, when you look at it, I know that the metaverse is a bit of a, I don't know, it seems like it's not really a joke, but something that is just really, really early on. And can you really do anything about it? Is it just somewhere where you can hang out with your mates? But actually bringing it to the business world allows us to reduce carbon footprint by reducing travel, because normally we'd bring tens of people together with clients flying from all over the world to have a meet to talk about our solutions. I'm not saying that's totally done away with, but what this can actually do is help us not only to save in terms of costs for clients, but actually to help them reduce their carbon footprint. So being a judge, being able to put that together, and also being a judge in the panel, deciding what ideas we should bring forward, was one that had a huge impact, not only for our clients, but also for our business. Yeah, when you look at the real estate asset class versus, let's say, private equity or just general like banking products, you know, we are probably, well, before, I'd say up to about 5 years ago, we're about 30 years behind. Now we're probably only about 5 or 6, and the world has moved on in such a fast pace. And the way I normally explain it is, you think about banking. Banking's at your fingertips, right? You can log in, you can transfer money, you can do all sorts of different things with banking. With real estate, really, there's been a lot of innovation on the residential side, but not necessarily commercial. But when you look at the investment that has gone into prop tech startups, as we call it, it's moved from about 1 or 2 billion about a few years ago to now being north of about 10 or 11, and maybe even further than that. I don't know what the latest statistics are, but you know, it's really gone through the roof. And the reason for this is because it's an industry that had much needed change. You know, when you look at it, it's about 300-year-old industry, and we hadn't really innovated or moved forward much. When you look at, especially again, commercial buildings, you're looking at least all of that work about understanding the lease, reading it, getting it into a system where you could either go and do some asset management around it or bill a client around it if you're a property manager. Like, that side of things was all still manual. You know, a PDF comes from a lawyer, etc. And so when you look at that landscape, what technology has been able to do is say, well, okay, let's automate some of that. Let's automatically read the lease, and then we can populate some technology. Let's start to get the technology speaking together, whether you're a landlord or you're an occupier. And what that's really done is open up the door for clients to rethink their real estate. So we went through a change just before the pandemic to start saying, how do we get smarter about how much space we've got and what we're using it for? But actually what the pandemic did is then say, rose the same questions, but then in a different way. It's now not just about the quality space that I have or how much square footage I've got. It's now about how do my people feel and how much we're actually spending on, when I say spending, I mean environmental and in not really monetary terms, but how much is our real estate costing us when you look at the environment. So I'd say technology has opened our eyes and opened the door to much needed change for this industry, and it's only becoming more and more important.